networking thing for the InfoGuard. So I said, well, what do you want done for social networking? He said, we got to prove to the InfoGuard and the FBI that we do have an issue with social networking. Not so much an issue, it's what's really out there. Come on. Okay, what I'm going to cover today in social networking is on the academia side of this program. So most of this work is what I teach at the college, at Bergen Community College. And basically what we're saying here with social networking is it's an internet communication of sharing information, photographs, through common interests, through friends and other aspects. And also it's a service. We have the big one that comes up is Facebook, MySpace. Those are the big ones. And they are the most popular. And again, you have friends by voice, chat, instant messaging, video conferencing, blogs, and things like that. Even though there are blog sites separate out there. So basically, we know that's what social networking is. What services do we have except for younger people, non-professional population? That's what it used to start. Now with the advent of your smartphones, which most of my students have, how they can afford it beyond me, and MySpace and Ning, these are some of the social networking sites that are out there. It's just not non-professionals anymore. It's for everybody that's in the internet community, all right? And we were just discussing when we were getting coffee about marketing. Where do you get your marketing? It's all off on the internet. Social networking, that is a marketing tool, all right? So these are just most of some of the topics. And it used to be just for fun, not anymore. It used to be to meet your friends, hey, how you're doing. I got onto Facebook because I'm in the military and a lot of my Marines are on Facebook. It's the only place I can find them. I also hooked up with my graduating class from high school. It was like a big class reunion. So yes, it was just for fun. It's a good way to connect with people. Now it's more than that. So when we're dealing with social networking, we're talking about business. We're talking about other security issues and things like that. And as Joe and I were talking about previously, is a security issue, which I will get into a little bit later. And again, it's just a means of communicating. Again, now it's gone into the professional field and also into the business field, actually into the military field. And I'll cover some of those here in a little bit. Again, it's to seek information. Jobs is the big one. I know when I hooked up with Lincoln, he and I that's how I met him. We got connected, we knew each other, found out we lived near each other. Same thing, all through business. And it's via business networking. It's just, again, I said, it's just not also business. There's a lot of, when I get into my extensive database, I will show you what is really out there. Precautions that we should take in networking. One has become a privacy issue, as we all know. With all the unscrupulous individuals out there gathering the information and using that for their means. We're also talking about young teenagers, all right, that are out there. They're on MySpace or on my Facebook. I've had students come up to me that work for me, had problems with Facebook. I said, what is your problems? The aspect even before bullying became a big issue, and I'm talking about 3-4 years ago, was the start of this. They were telling me about the bullying aspect because of the nature of who they're seeing, who they're dating, and these become a real issue. Because what do we have on there, what we put on these sites? Our name, emails, and you can trace an email to find people's address, maybe a phone number if they put it up there. I know some people put their business phones up there. So Again, these all become real security issues, all right? All right, why should we care? Participating in growth of social networking, connecting with friends, collaborating business and schools for business connections, and promote social causes. A lot of my friends on Facebook do have social causes, and that's what they use it for. Hey, we have a problem here with breast cancer, we have a cause, can you help us out? It's more becoming of an advertisement or of a business, social networking. When we get into the educational field that I'm in, social networking is used in an extensive way. It's to reach out to the parents, to reach out to the students, and to reach out to the educational community. Right now, my college, Bergen Community College, just opened a site on Facebook so they can reach out to the community. Right? I'm with a veterans committee that deals with incoming veterans coming back from the war, so now they can get back into college without many problems they have. We put that out on our web. Now that's out on our web, and before we lost our webmaster, we had a counter and finding out where people were coming from. They weren't just not hitting in Bergen County or in New Jersey or New York, all around the world. We had many military people were going onto our site, seeing what we have, and working with their issues through our site, because we have linked a lot of other sites and to work out a lot of their problems. So, so that's why we should care with social networking. It's now become it used to be just, hey, it was there, it was the bulletin boards, the blogs, now it's become a revolution. What do we also find on social networking news? We find worldly news, a two-way dialogue with people, all right? A good way of connecting with people, not just here in the United States. I'm on another website called tag.com. I have people I've connected with from Norway, Saudi Arabia, Germany. Don't even know these people, but interesting to see where they come from and who they are. All right? So it's become a two-way dialogue. Now, speaking of a revolution, okay, I know we have a large group here. I just want to just say one thing and point a question out to you people. Do you consider email and texting a social network? All right? I'm just going to leave that out there. At the end, I'm going to ask that question again, and I'd like to have your answer. All right? So again, refining the collective knowledge that we have out there. What is the social web? Again, it said it's to interact. It's driven by members. It allows to share contacts, media sharing, photos, videos, internet, online dating, and special interest sites. Now, this also can be used, again, we're talking about security, is that other individuals are looking on these sites. And what are they looking for? Right? Information. What type of information? If I'm a business person and I see what's on these social networks, I'm going to start to connect with this individual. I may have something in common. Or if I'm in law enforcement, what am I looking for? Maybe that one person I'm looking for is on Facebook or is on MySpace. Right? So again, sharing photos and videos. Most of the media sharing on videos, okay, one problem that we've had, and now people are, most of your sites now are locking it down. Used to take the videos and use it. Use it for unscrupulous means. So now what they've done with a lot of the videos, and they tell you right on the site, part of your security, is that be careful what you post, right, on your site. What you say and what you post up there. What most of your sites have done now today is a view only. So if you see a video, you're not going to be able to capture that video and use it, that individual. The same thing with videos. A lot of sites now with videos, they've negated a lot of it because it takes up too much memory on the sites. More and more of these sites are becoming popular, more and more memory they need. They're deleting a lot of videos. I was on mytag.com, deleted the videos because I said I've got a lot of people, I'm running out of space. and audio sharing. The revolution real revolution was with the concept of Web 2.0. It gave them more platform to use. It gave more, the true social networking site, 6degrees.com. You guys can look at it later on if you want. But again, it profiles a list of friends and one services. You have blog services. MyFace, LinkedIn appears to be in late 2004. There were a lot of these sites that originally started are not there anymore. Some still are, but a lot of them are not. But the first true one was 6degree.com. It was your first social networking. What was it? Mainly a bulletin board. Type it on, how you doing, blah, 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 and then you connect it that way, all right? Then as the years went on, and as we know, back then, we didn't have the internet as we have it today. Processing computers were slow. We didn't have the flash videos and things like that. As the years go on, faster the computers, faster the work. Now we come up with MyFace, LinkedIn, and they all appear now in 2004. You just can just quickly go over that. This just gives you a timeline of what was really out there. Some of you people who were involved in this. I only was involved here in the past 4 or 5 years in this. But these were some of your timelines of your original social networking. And as you can see, as the years go on, that means the computers got faster, more intricate, more they came out. MyFace, Yahoo has their own now. Asian Avenue, Black Planet. I'll cover a lot of these later on. And Cyworld, and all these are some of your social networkings that are out there through your timeline. Again, if we take a look at the age of the computer, I started off with a IBM 1540, which is a machine this big, that big, tape-driven. Went to a Tandy, which had an operating disk, a floppy disk, and wanted to save my information on. Then I can go right down the line to what we have today. The overview of social technology. We access the social networking via cell phones, social causes, business marketing, school classes online, web online includes blogging, social networking, bookmark, wikis, and media sharing. In today's aspect, with the advent of the smartphone, and when I was coming in on the train, I was looking on my cell phone reading the news. They're coming out with a new iPad, a new, bigger and better one right now. And via your smartphones with your cell phones, everything is being done there. I know my students were on their cell phones and they could get to whatever social networking they have. They could do it right there. A lot of social causes. What are people going to do? They're going to go out there and find a social cause and be advertised on MyFace or on a website, and people can go to it and raise money. Again, as we were talking, we're coming in, because Tom here works at a dealership, we were talking about marketing, and we were asked, where's the marketing tool? How does it work? My comment was Google and Yahoo. That's your marketing tool. First thing you're going to do is go on Google, find I want to buy a brand new car, blah, 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 blah. You go to the site and you find it. That's your marketing tool. Again, your bloggers are out there. They're specialized. Social bookmarkings and wikis. Wikis have become, again, a big aspect with the confidential information being put out there. Again, that's on the developer themselves. Also with social networking, while I'm on this part today, was a big aspect of the problems in the Middle East, and it all started on social networking. When we get into the Mumbai issue, being in the military and being with that, in that type of security, the Mumbai issue, the reason why it was so successful is that they were tweaking, using cell phones. They say, hey, we have security forces down this street. we need to go around this way. All right? Vice versa. They knew how to evade the law enforcement. And when it was going on, what were they using? Their cell phones. Going out to the internet, saying, hey, we're in this hotel, we're trapped, this is what's going on. And what happened? It hit the whole news media, everybody was there. So it was more of an up-to-date issue. And that's what we have today, what's going on. It started in Tunisia. It was all with MySpace, Facebook, they were Twittering, all that to say, hey, we've got issues here, this is what's going on. And how do they connect it to their people? Through social networking, right? They said if it wasn't for social networking, they wouldn't have had the mass of people out there. They connected to the mass to bring the mass to the problem. So it is, again, you could say it is a media sharing issue. Future of technology is carrying your identity from site to site. That's your cell phone. And I know, I have mine. What do I have on it? I have all my phone numbers are on it, right? I don't have anything else there with my phone numbers. You go to a smartphone, what do you have on you? Probably have some of your credit card numbers on there. Probably have other private information, whatever you carry there. You carry that site to site. What happens when you lose your cell phone? You lost your identity. All right. Gathering content from several services. Again, you bookmark all whatever services you need. And the features that are on all sites, there are many, many features that are on this site, on these sites that they have. Again, the growth today of MySpace, Facebook, Ning, Lincoln. I'm going to cover a lot of these in a little bit in depth. The roots in the bulletin board. I remember when I started out in computers in the early 80s, that's all the way I could communicate was on a bulletin board. Left a message, I would check to see if somebody answered it. And then your decision forms appeared in the 80s, right? Because that was the advent of Windows 95 coming in. You're multitasking. And then today, with AOL, Yahoo, and all of them, you have all your own profiles on your own sites to bring people together. Some with these other sites have people search. Again, part of social networking. Once you connect, you can, with people search, you found your party, then you can start sharing information. Again, being an educator, I use the computer as a tool, and I would use, and that's why I try to tell my students, it's not more than playing games and playing robot or whatever you guys do with that stuff out there. It's a tool. You use it to work with. And basically that's what social networking has become. It's become a tool. It's become a marketing place for people to find, to sell. If you take a look at a lot of your auction sites today, all right, they're part of social networking. You go on to eBay, you look for something and you connect. Buy and sell. These are tools that are being used today in the business and marketing world. Again, mobile social networking, you're bringing it with you. I know if when I was walking down Broadway, and even as cold as it was, my hands were in my pocket, trying to bury myself in my coat to keep warm. What do I see people walking down? They're going like this, texting away, all right? Bringing the social networking with them, all right? Event planning sites, they're out there. I know a lot of people that use them to plan events. They use them on Facebook. I broke my ankle last year playing soccer. I was out for the skiing season. My physical therapist, she was running the swimming team, and on Facebook she had a planning site for all the events she was using for the swimming team. Parties, the meets, where we're going to meet, what we're going to do. It was very interesting to listen to her and talk to her. And then the trend towards older people. All right? To them, this is a whole new media. It opens up a whole wide world. Now, again, I talk about my mother. She's 90 years old. God bless her. And what is she using? A computer. She uses it to play games. It's her way of saying, okay, emailing. She emails all her grandchildren. nieces and nephews, so they can connect. Because in today's world, we're very mobile. We've moved out. When I found out where half of my class lives, they all live either out in the Southwest or out in California. And there's only maybe a handful of us still living in the area here. So it's a trend where they can connect with their family. Again, another chart to tell you basically the changes and the audience when it first came out. You can see, okay, am I leery of it? Yes. Do I care? No. What were we using? The advent of the cell phone. We're still using cell phones and emails and things like that to connect. And as the years went on, and more powerful the computers and the phone came, the smartphones, the trends changed. And they're probably going to change even more with the advent and development of new cell phones and new iPods and things like that are out there they're using today. Again, as you can see, the ages started from 2 to 17. Then it went from 18 to 34. And then again, with the advent of the change of the computer, we're finding out that even the older groups are getting in there. Who would we consider these older groups? Business, your academia, your military. All these people are now using this. And even at my reserve station, they have their own little site up there that they can connect to. So you can see the older they get. With the advent of computers, now the computers are very easy to use. The older generation, they just turn it on, click on a mouse, click the mouse, and on it goes, and they can do whatever they want on it. Okay, the responsibility is yours and yours only. And I bring this out to my classes when on their cell phones or on their computer. Content of the information is up to you. Right? If you're a parent, the content is your responsibility for what that child has on there. Right? They now, with a lot of these sites, they have parental controls. The parent is the only one that can get in there and control that site. Your profile images, content, project, and accurately represents you. What has happened? And I know John emailed me and said, you got a problem. Somebody got into my site, got a hold of my password. I had to change my password because that stuff represented me, and I didn't know if they were using it or not. So I had to change my password. And one thing about some of these sites, and if especially with Windows-based, they ask you, do you want to remember your password? And I usually say no. All right? But the bad thing about Windows is it's still there. When you type in your username, guess what pops up? Your password. Even though you say, no, I don't want to do it. Windows, it holds it. All right? Just for you only, hopefully. All right?